Greetings and welcome, fellow sovereigns, to another episode of Let's Play the semi-grand campaign currently in Europa Universalis 4. And we are having a lovely little war with the Palatinate. Well, technically with Hesse, but that's not going to last very much longer since Hesse is full occupied. So, what do we wish to do? Well, partially, I just wanna grow bigger. I've been looking around a bit in the various places, and I've been noticing that a lot of the great powers have debt. Now, obviously, I can't take on their debt because I don't have that kind of money, but this is more just for me, so I can have something that shows me quite how much debt they have, and I kind of wonder, how did that happen? In particular, the Ottomans is a bit weird. I mean, with all the land they have, they should be swimming in cash, so I'm guessing they have a lot of bad events. I mean, truth be told, this isn't quite as bad as it was, because I believe there at one point they were up to 9,000 debt or something like that, and I'm wondering, how are they not bankrupt yet? But yeah, now, the only nation that I'm kind of curious about is right, looking at the wrong thing. Well, let's see, 23,000 debt, and I'm thinking, how much money are they earning that they can support that? Because if we look at the income, no, always the wrong thing. Let's see, country. Let's go with the Ottoman with 2 T's. Let's see, they have some money in the treasury. I think they have, well, they have a lot of inflation, so I'm guessing they have lots of debts. But we need to look at score comparison, I believe. Right, they have, how does that work? I believe if you divide it by 2, that means they have 22 loans. I think that's how that works. So yeah, the Ottomans are kind of smoked. Whereas Venice doesn't have any loans. And there's a very good reason for that. If we go to country, Venice is floating almost 9,000 gold. Which, you know, impressive. Well done. They don't have the most influential node. That one is still the English channel. And Genoa is probably also doing quite well. Let's see. Well, Genoa doesn't have quite as much money, but they may not have enough influence within their own node. But yeah, quite a lot of debt. 6,000 debt. And Russia is kind of bad because they're our ally, and we kind of want them to be debt-free so that they can come and help us. How about you, Brandenburg? Some debt, that's not too bad. Plebs? No debt. How about you, the Palatinate? They have no debt. They have no debt. Alright, well, my next plan is really just, since we're already out here, let's just have a tiny little war with Venice. Because they are still our rival. Now, it's probably not a good idea to go with the humiliate thing. Because, you know, that really limits us on what you're gonna do. I mean, getting to war with Genoa would have been nice, but it's not crucial at this point. Instead, though, I think I will be going with an imperialism CB. Now, not the most useful CB, I admit, but yeah, What are you gonna do? Don't really care about giving or taking Gauls because it's technically in a Germanic group, I think. Yeah, it's Austrian. Imperialism will do. But before we do any of that, I need to sort out my manpower situation because it is not great. So in order to do that, we will be looking at the state edicts. Right, well, as it stands, my income is probably good enough to be able to float as many edicts as I want, because the state income of these provinces is way more than its maintenance. And I'm thinking we can probably manage that. I mean, I know there is a standing Arumba doctrine that you do not use edicts because they are just not worth the time. And you know, for certain provinces within the Dutch Empire, that is true. Within the Lower Volta, for instance, the income is just not high enough that it's really warranted. Now, obviously, we still have the religious unity edict on, but we can change that out. And then there's over here. Well, we're dealing with this at the moment, that's fine. Because we still have one province we need to change over. But we can't because that's currently a center of has religious zeal, so no good. But you know, this land is not going to be useful for us for a little bit until the autonomy wears off, so we'll deal with that. Let's focus back on the Netherlands. First off, I need development. So we're gonna turn on development everywhere. I know trade is technically more important, but I want development. And I want as much discount as I can in all my local provinces. And local development. And, well, this particular area is probably not worth as much. Since I'm using this mostly as to get more manpower, I'm gonna promote that. Like I said, we have plenty of money in the bank, so that's not a concern. Second objective, get the burghers loyal. Which is gonna be slightly tricky. Because, well, I did not notice that we got the dominant trade hub here, because that's something we got in a mission, I believe, and that it doesn't expire. So this definitely should be in the hands of the burghers, which makes them happy. Now, of course, the clergy is unhappy. That is unfortunate. Yeah, you can have Tet. Does that make you happy? It does not. Well, I don't have that, but I can do this. So. Now, of course, this does not do anything at the moment because, well, we just don't have enough to overcome the religious zeal. So, that'll have to wait. And for everything else, we're just waiting. Alright, so now that they are loyal, it's time to start doing some development. And yeah, I'm probably not pausing this episode, so yeah, hang on to your hats for that one. Not a good time to run out of power. Hang on, I'll just hook up my alarm. There. Good thing Tiggy is asleep. Alright. Right, I was looking to encourage development, or do some development. Now, some of these provinces of mine are underdeveloped in the manpower department, to say the least. So that's something we'll have to rectify. Let's see, where can we do the clicks the cheapest? Because we have a development bonus in the in this area, I think, or just here. Yeah, development of Amsterdam. So this one is cheap to develop, cheap-ish to develop. And I don't know, do we have that anywhere else? That's a very good modifier. I kind of wish we had that everywhere. No. Just local fortifications. Oh, we also have a slight bonus here, although obviously a little bit of unrest. Alright, wait, but let's focus on what we can do. Can I get some points? I cannot. I could get some manpower, but frankly I kind of don't want to do that unless I can give you something useful. Which is actually what I should be doing. Because, you know, these lands are not really useful to me as they are with the high thing. So, does that make you happy enough? Not quite. You're already part of the nobility. Right. There are a province here that has high manpower modifiers. Yeah. I mean, I kind of want to give this to the Burgers as well, but no. Not gonna do that. I mean, most of this land is very expensive to develop. Yeah, we'll keep that in the back of our minds. Alright, for now, back to development. No, the cost for development should be up. Alright, so loan, that's over here. Alright, so I'm kind of looking for places where I can bump the development up to get a whole number again. And get a lot of manpower in the process. Because we don't have infinite military power, but for now it'll do. Right, that's quite enough of that wasted. Let's get rid of some corruption so we don't see that thing again. Alright, that should help a little bit once it ticks over. And, well, we may as well just spend all our military power then. And now we're out. Alright, that'll do for now. Anything else I want to do? Yeah, I need to build some more grand shipyards. I can't do that at the moment because we are currently full on stuff. You have 2 more slots to work with. You can probably use a stock exchange once we get the money for that. Right, and how many leaders can I hold? Oh, I don't have an admiral. Well, not great, but better than nothing, I suppose. I mean, what is our military tradition? Or army tradition, rather? It's alright, it's still... going down for some reason. It has to do with decay. Alright, well that's fine. What else is left to do? I mean, I can't do anything about the looming disaster. Certainly not as long as this is still going on. So, I suppose the next easiest thing to do is just declare war. And Ansbach, since you're not busy, you can come and help. Right. And you can come on down here to Treviso now. The army of Venice is sizable enough that it might pose a problem. But probably not. Right, you head back home for a moment. We have some ships that need to be upgraded, but yeah, well, it's not gonna happen right now. Because I need you for a little errand. Oof, revolutionaries, that is no good. No bueno indeed. Alright, now is the time to ask the nobles for some extra help. This will bounce back relatively quickly enough. I could demand admin support. We don't really need that. I mean, I kinda want to ask him money. But I also kinda want to keep developing. Just so we can have at least the remainder of our states improved. At least Utrecht. And possibly Den Haag. The rest, eh. That's gonna take some investment. Right, well. Let's just focus on what we can do. What we can do is build stuff. Because we have got money! Alright, so first off, stock exchange in Utrecht. And then money is gone. And then money is back. And so it ever goes on and on. Right, what are we building here? We are building a counting house, that's fine. What do we have here? Stock exchange, so we're having paper, which is good. You can probably afford to have a manufactory over here. And improve the church when we're at it, but that can wait. Alright, we're still doing that, obviously. I mean, there's only one province in my own lands I cannot convert at the moment, so... we'll work on that. Alright. Kinda hope you finish your task here. Alright, so you can come down to our army over here. Could make another general myself. At the moment he wouldn't be really better. Do I want to give... he would be slightly better. Alright, let's have another general. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Right, you can be in charge of the army over here. You head over to the ships. The fort will unsiege this. And let's go siege down Venice. Now, we're gonna take this option because I need the burgers to be happy. But that'll do for this episode. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time.